Right then guys, welcome back to another video. Before we start, go and check out the free school community. There's going to be some big things happening in there moving forward. Interviews, podcasts, etc. You guys are going to love it, okay? So go and join. It's completely free. It's called Outliers. The link is below and the link will be in the comment section. It will be pinned at the top as well. So let's jump into the video. Right then guys, in this video I want to talk to you about handsome men, celebrities and athletes. Now, everybody seems to think that if somebody is handsome, if somebody is a celebrity, if somebody's an athlete, it puts them up on a pedestal. It puts them up in the pecking order. And I'm here to tell you, guys, it's true with kids. It's true with, you know, simpy guys. I see like so many guys back in the day used to be obsessed with Anthony Joshua to the point where I genuinely think they wanted to nosh him off rather than actually watch him box. I've never been that type of guy. I've never done the celebrity thing. I've never done the athlete thing. I've never gone crazy over somebody. I've never been blown away by a woman's beauty. And the thing is, I think most of the world is actually quite similar. And I definitely think that, you know, your internal ranking system is holding you back. Now, I got told for years that I had cope. I got told, oh, you're a bald guy with big ears, you know, it's just cope and all this stuff. And I kept trying to say to people without openly saying it, is like, my results are really good. And I was like, but I'm 32 now. And I was like, I'm too old to be bragging online. But, you know, people get results when they don't look a certain way. People get results when they're not a super athlete. People get results when, you know, they're not a famous rapper and stuff like that. And guys, I can't go into too much detail, but the amount of girls that I've been hanging out with and they've checked their Instagram and there's just blue tick after blue tick after blue tick from very famous rappers, very famous athletes. And they're just like, oh, him again. Not this guy again. Oh, this guy really gets on my nerves. He messages me about 5 times a week. These guys are the biggest simps. Honestly, there is no metric of the quality of the man, okay? Having money, being a successful individual, getting to a position of power in life where people, you know, I guess they respect you. I guess they think that you're successful. I guess they think that you've done something of merit. That is no correspondence. That has no correspondence with who you are as an individual. Like how much, let's say, your mental. That's what I want to talk about here, is your mental state. You know, how calm you are as an individual, how mentally strong you are, how composed you are. And I'll bring up a video now of Boosie. And this guy's a rapper. Look at the way he reacts when a beautiful woman walks in. Do you know why? Because the guy's a natural simp. He just managed to become famous and make a few songs that went viral. I mean, I don't know any of his songs, but I know that he's a rapper.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, she got to go. We keeping you out the gate.
My name is Mina.
Damn, we f***ing with you, man.
Okay, period. I can stay?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Now you gotta, my bad. You gotta walk the runway. He said you gotta, yeah, you gotta walk that way.
Right here, walk the runway. Hold on. Put the mic down. Get somebody else the mic. Let me see. I do casting for companies all in Italy and all. I want to see you walk. Walk. Shit. That's sitting back there. Heaven ain't hard to find. Bitch.
And I assume that some of his songs went viral, but look how much of a simp he is. I mean, there's UK rappers and UK footballers that are messaging girls that I'm on dates with, and they're just like, he annoys me. He reaches out to me at least 2-3 times a week. He's the most annoying guy in the world. He's done it to 3 of my friends and whatnot. It is no metric. I mean, the last girl that I was kind of dating, she was with, before me, she was with a PSG footballer, you know, one of the most famous people in the world. And she was like, went on a couple of dates, he just wasn't for me. He was kind of weird. I didn't really like him. He was too up his own arse. He was more into his money than me. Like, he just thought he was this giant celebrity, which he is. But, you know, I've tried to tell you guys this before, and we'll get over to handsome men in a minute, because I think it's a big one that guys need to hear. But I've gone over this before with you guys, that it doesn't really matter how much money you're making. It doesn't really matter what level of life that you've got to. that only matters for getting your foot through the door. I've said for years on this channel that external attraction is all we really have. Initially, yeah. So external attraction, okay, he's handsome, he's tall, whatever. He's he's a well-dressed guy, he smells good, I'll give him a chance, okay? Of course that's true. You know, we're not gonna give, an overweight, ugly woman a chance. You're gonna be like, well, I don't really wanna do this. But if she's got something, she's semi-attractive, you'd be like, yeah, I'll go on a date with you, because it might turn out you've got a really great personality. And then combine that with the fact I find you attractive, we've got something here. I know that women are exactly the same. Well, they'll go, okay, attractive guy, I'll give him a chance. He's kind of messing it up already. No, I'm good. I don't really find you attractive. There's a difference between he's hot and he's attractive. Giant difference. And when people are talking about aura, this is what they're talking about. It has nothing to do with the way you look. You know, like I said, that just gets your foot through the door, the way you look. But I'm telling you now, handsome men are the simpiest men on the planet. They're the thirstiest men on the planet as well, because they've never had to really work for it. Same with rappers, footballers, etc. I think it's a good test of a man to have all the power in the world, or to have all the options in the world, and then to exercise them properly, where you maybe pick one, or maybe you turn down a lot based on personality and preference and who they are as an individual. I think that goes a long way. But it's like the kid in the candy store. When you're a handsome guy and every girl's reaching out to you and they want you, and you don't really get an initial no, it's quite easy to just go into the simp mode, because you don't have to rely on anything else. You can just be the handsome guy that just walks over. And I'm telling you now, from experience, they're the worst. They're the craziest. Just like the most beautiful women are the craziest. The most handsome men are the craziest. They're not wired up right. They think that every woman in the world thinks that they're like king of the world. They think that, they're God's gift to women and stuff like that. That isn't deemed attractive. Now, is it initially deemed attractive? Yeah. Is a celebrity and athlete initially like, oh, this is intriguing, let me give it a go? Yeah. But I've told you guys before, because I've gone through every different wealth bracket. And I think, I used to look like shit. I think I look significantly better today. It doesn't matter what level you get to, you'll still be tested for the man that you are. Okay? When you see an ugly guy with a beautiful woman, that's why, because he got tested for the man he was. She gave him a chance and she liked him. And the thing is, if you're a handsome guy, you're in shape, maybe you're tall, maybe you've got money, maybe you've got a bit of fame, what she'll give you is slightly more time. Slightly more time. Maybe a week, maybe 2, maybe a month. Because she's like, please sort this shit out, because you're a great option. You tick every single box. Please just don't be weak. Please don't be somebody that I just don't find attractive on a mentally stimulating level. Oh, he's done it. Okay, I've given him all the chances possible. I'm going to get rid of him. Whereas an ugly guy, it might be within 2 days, she's like, no, he's definitely not right for me, because there's nothing to cling on to. But it's the same system. And everybody says, watch out for, when you get money, watch out for women. They're gold diggers. Guys, I'm telling you, it's the men. The men are the ones you got to watch out for. They're the gold diggers. I'm telling you from experience. So with that being said, in terms of women not being gold diggers, why? Because I'm telling you now from experience, doesn't matter how much money you make, what you have, what car you have, what house you have, whatever, what position you get to in life, no matter how you smell, how you dress, if you're not acting in a masculine way, they'll throw you to the wayside. Now, it will take longer. It will take 2 weeks to a month, but they will throw you to the wayside, because they'll be testing you the whole time to see if you just have shiny shit, or if you're actually the type of man that she can rely upon. And this is why celebrities, athletes, and handsome men are the biggest simps, because they don't have to grow as individuals. They don't have to grow as people, especially when they find that young. So, for all the people that'll say to you, oh, it's just cope, or it is what, or they'll say to you, oh, you don't stand a chance versus whatever. I'm telling you guys, you do. It's crazy. Okay, the guys that are attracting the most beautiful women in the world are the unsung heroes. They're like the guys that have got their entire life together. They're really mentally healthy. They're really calm. They've got everything that they'll ever need in their lives. And they're happy living their lives. And they just organically come across people and whatnot. And, they just build natural attraction. You don't have to be, I know if you're watching this, you're 19, you think you need fame, you think you need, a Ferrari. You think you need to be 6'8". I'm telling you guys, stick in the game, enjoy it. Keep building, keep growing. Grow who you are as a person. because like every woman that I go on a date with says the same thing. Like women judge men, like they'll make a bold joke, they'll make a joke about my head or something like, it must be freezing for you tonight. And I'll just laugh it off and I'll just, yeah, like I know I'm bold, like it is what it is. So I'll just laugh it off and just play around with it, maybe make a few jokes about myself off the back of it, maybe come back at her with something. And then she'll like laugh it, because it's a test, they'll laugh and then they go, no, do you know what? Secretly, I love a bold guy. I think it's the hottest thing. It's like my secret fantasy and stuff like that. And you're just like, see, like it's crazy. Like when you're actually behind the scenes and you get to see it, a lot gets revealed. And everybody thinks that you have to be like, what's that Maroney guy? Like Michelle Maroney or whatever. You have to look like him. You have to be 6'8". You have to be a celebrity. No, you don't. And neither do you want to be those guys, because like I said, I've seen those guys in girls' DMs. They're weird. Some of the stuff that they put, some of the stuff that they write, they're the biggest weirdos on the planet. There's, you hear some of the voice messages that they've sent as well. These guys are weird. They've never had to work for it. Everything has come to them, especially handsome guys. And you don't want to be that individual. I'm telling you, the guys that are absolutely killing it, who have got the beautiful, girlfriend or wife on their arm, and, they've got everything they've ever needed, and they've got the highest quality possible woman. Those guys are just very calm. They've got their life sorted. They're very relaxed. They let her be whoever she wants to be. They're very freeing in nature, and they don't care too much about, I'm famous and I'm a celebrity and I've got options, and they're just like, no, I'm not. I've built myself up so I can have a better life, but I'm looking for somebody of quality that I can bring into my life, that can add something to what I'm doing. And that is something that gets forgotten. I don't care if you're 5'8". I don't care if you're, I do think you have to be physically fit. I think being in shape, having some muscle, lower body fat, you don't have to be like 10%, but you have to be like sub 15. And I think don't dress like a child. And then on top of that, it's just, having your life kind of sorted out, having decent assets and stuff like that. I think it's probably the biggest factors. Once you have those in place, believe me, you can take women off celebrities, you can take women off, male models, you can take women off athletes and stuff like that. I've seen it done. I've done it myself. Like I said, I'm with girls and they've literally got a row of DMs, which is all blue ticks. Haven't replied to one of them from months before. Some of the biggest names, you guys couldn't imagine some of the names, and they're laughing their head off, like literally scrolling through going, oh my God, this guy messages me 3 times a week. He's such a weirdo. Do you know him? I'm like, do I know him? Like I listen to his music on like a weekly basis. Like everybody knows him. And when you see these kind of scenarios, it just makes you realize that it's more about energy, aura, who you are as a person, your mental state, the way you respond to things, the way you think, the way you move, body language, the way you operate. Those things go a long, long, long way. And, if you've ever seen one of those guys that you don't think is particularly handsome, but he just has a string of model girlfriends and one after the other, and people just gravitate towards him and you're like, I don't get it and whatnot. If you're the guy who stood there like, I don't get it, he's fucking ugly, that's your problem, is you've got the wrong mindset. Is you're there, in a childish red pill mindset or black pill mindset, being like, oh, I don't get it, and you're angry. The fact you're angry, hating on someone else, it's just not a nice state of mind to be in. Whereas I guarantee if you asked him, he'd just be like, yeah, I don't know. I just have a conversation with them and they seem to enjoy my company and we just take it from there. Oh, that other guy's better looking than you. He'd be like, yeah, he probably is. I'm sure he's having a lovely life. Like that's the state. Because initially, I've always said to you guys, I get walked past. I'm not the guy that women will go out of their way for. They won't like run across the room and be like, oh my God, you're the most handsome guy. Never been that guy, never will be. But it's the second and third time of meeting, the fourth time of meeting, and then you notice that they're gravitating towards you. They're ignoring the handsome guy that you're with and they're coming to you. I'd rather have that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not worried about how many looks I can get. I'm not worried about how much attention I'm getting. I'm not worried about, I've had 15 smiles today and 10 you're handsomes. I couldn't care less. I would rather 3-4 weeks down the line, you've seen somebody 3 or 4 times and now she's almost chasing you. She's spending a lot of time with you. She's trying to be around you a lot. She's saying certain things like, I can trust you. I really like your personality and stuff like that. Like that means way more to me than, you the most handsome guy in the room. Like what a weird ranking system that would be anyway. Oh, you have to be the most handsome. That wouldn't make sense, would it? That really wouldn't make sense. Like, would we even do that with women? We're a lot more drawn to beauty than women are, but at the same time, would you be with your girl who you're in love with, who you have the best time ever with? Somebody prettier comes along and you just jump ship immediately, and then you do it again and again and again and again until the end of time. It doesn't sound feasible. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't sound like a good strategy either. It gets to a point where, especially at my age, at 32, where you think to yourself, no, you want somebody you can have a conversation with, somebody you actually connect with, somebody that you can see a future with, somebody that, ticks similar boxes to the ones that you tick, that would live a similar life. Like I've gotten to a point in my life now where I'll see a beautiful woman, we'll talk for a few days or whatnot, and I'll just realize, I'll be like, this is never going to work. So what am I doing this for? Am I doing it for sex? Because that doesn't interest me anymore. I'm a little bit too busy for that. So, meaningless sex just actually means nothing to me anymore. So, that wouldn't be an avenue that I go down. And when you realize that we have that mentality at a later state, I truly believe that women are about 10 years older than men mentally. That's why I think there should be a 10-year age gap. I mean, I'm 32. I date women in their early 20s because I think it ties together really well. I think they want the same things that I want, and our life journeys will move congruently. And I think it has more chance of success doing that strategy. And you'd have to think that if I'm at this mind state at 32, women by the time they hit 2021 are probably in the same mind state because they were like 10 years ahead of us mentally anyway. And they've probably had, I would say, like 10,000 times more practice too. So like you as a guy, even if you're the biggest stud in the world when you're in school, like still like 5 girls a day maximum, they'll come and talk to you and whatnot, which is still incredible. Most guys have like 5 in 10 years. But the average woman is probably talking or has like 100 guys trying to reach out, especially with the social media era now. So they've heard every pickup line. Every time they're walking along the road, they get somebody shouting out the window, wolf whistling. They've dated every different type of guy. By the time they hit 21, they're like, I know what I want. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know who the strong ones are, the weak ones are. I know that because I'm in the same situation now where I'm like, I know a good woman when I hear it. And I mean that through conversation. I know a good woman through her actions. There's certain things that I ask now, like, what's your opinion on your dad? And they're like, oh my God, I love my dad. He's the best man that's ever lived. I'm like, brilliant. Like I've found throughout history, throughout my time on this planet, that is a positive point. That is something that I can fall back on because I know it's going to work. I know that's going to be a good individual that was raised correctly. Those sort of things go a long way, and you can find those things, and women know. Women know. The women that I date, they say the same thing. Like we know through energy, through aura, through the conversation that you have with a man, through his actions, through the way that he speaks to you. They're like, that's way more important. Like looks don't mean a lot to us. Like we'll look and go, yeah, he's attractive, but off the back of that, it's very nonsensical. There's not a lot that can really come from that. I'm not sure. I think if you're a woman who's chasing looks for a man, you're definitely looking in the wrong place, because I think the most important things is being a provider. I think how he reacts when he's going through tough time, how he can handle difficult situations. Does he stress? Is he a planner? Is he an organizer? Is he somebody who can set stuff up for you? Is he somebody who can provide and protect the house? Is he going to make a good father, and can you rely on him? Is he trustworthy? Is he honest? I think they're massively important factors over nice jawline. Now everyone likes to look at somebody like that, but and look, that guy could have those qualities too, but from my experience, they don't. They're fickle, they fall apart easily, they panic easily, they don't really understand how to talk to women, they say all the wrong things. Do you know what they get? This is where their problems come from. All the mistakes that ugly guys make, handsome guys can say the same things and get away with it initially. Same with celebrities, same with athletes. They can do all the simpy stuff, they can do all the stuff that's the wrong stuff to do, and they can get away with it for maybe 2 weeks to a month, and then it just fizzles out because they don't quite know what they're doing. Like Corey Wayne said, 3% man, 97% of men are clueless. if it's 97% of men, we're not going to discriminate. It's probably going to be the handsome guys, athletes. Like, it doesn't matter on your job. Just because, if you're going to get more experience, but because it comes easy to you, not learning anything. It's almost like a rich kid. Would you trust a rich kid with business advice? I mean, I don't know if I personally would. I'd be like, I'm not sure. What school did you go to? Harvard Business School. Okay, well, you learned a couple of things, but, did your dad give you $2 million to start that business? He did. And I'm like, so what can you really teach me about the stage that I'm at? Like, that doesn't really make sense. Do you know what I mean? So if it's a super handsome guy or a celebrity or an athlete, I just don't really know why people would take advice off that individual. And from my experience, they're the simpiest guys on the planet. They're the worst. So what is the takeaway for you guys here? We just sitting here to hate? No, right? The takeaway for you guys is to have that belief, because I think you're missing out on so many opportunities where you see the woman of your dreams and you're like, I should go over, but it's probably with some like real handsome, tall, multi-millionaire guy. And it's like, there's no proof of person though. That is no proof of person. Even if she is, you might be a better man. I've had a lot of handsome guys say to me, oh yeah, and she cheated on me with this real ugly, fat, short guy. Of course she did, because she's probably sick of you talking about yourself all the time. She's sick of your like narcissistic, selfish ways and spending more time in the bathroom than she is, and running her down all the time and putting yourself up on a pedestal and whatnot. Like, she's probably sick of all that shit. She probably met this other guy and was like, oh my God, I just feel so much better. The energy's right. Like, this is incredible. It happens all the time. Happens all the time. And it's a message to you guys to really build the person that you are. Along the way, go to the gym. Yeah, do skincare. Yeah, do orthotropics, because external attraction gets your foot through the door. But after that, it's very brief. It's like a minute to get your foot in the door. Maybe you get a number, maybe you get a contact, maybe you get an instant date. After that, you're being judged for who you are as an individual. That's 99.9% of the game.